Now, just did a whole 3 minutes. Realized that you all could not hear me. So that's okay. I'll do it again. So glad you stuck around. So if you're out here, please come on in, Country Kid. Let me know where you are from. Go in the comments. We're broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube tonight. So just did a whole 3 minutes. Wow. And nobody could hear me, but that's all right. So tonight we got an excellent show tonight. We've got Mr. Veto, who, if you know anything about the off-road community, ATV ride and the whole thing, this guy is a premier videographer in it. He has a lot of other talents. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight. And also, got a close personal friend of mine, Mr. Adrian Bagher. He has a new song that's getting ready to be released this Friday. So I want you all to tune in for that. May play a little piece of that tonight. Uh, just a lot of stuff going on. So get in the comments. Let me know where you are. Let me know how you feel. And I'm gonna get in here and we're gonna bring in some of my good friends. This young man we met a while ago, and we met out on the circuit. And if all you all know ATV, call myself the king of the iron horses. So I met this young man a while ago, and he was out doing a lot of film. He does a lot of videography in that community. He has a lot of other talents. We'll talk a little bit about that. But I want to bring him onto the screen uh, right now. Y'all know him. He's the man that's got the Who behind his name, and I'm not talking about the rock band. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my good friend, my mud buddy, Vito, who is in the building. What's up, big brother?
Yo, can you hear me?
I got you, baby. I got you,
All right, I'm
man.
here.
Hey, I just did a whole 3 minutes, man, on mute. So y'all
I,
please forgive me. You know how it is. You know
yeah,
how it
yeah.
is.
I was typing saying that we couldn't hear you, but I guess you weren't looking.
I wasn't looking, man. I got it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing so much, I'm crazy. So y'all please forgive me for that.
It's
But
good.
Vito, how you doing, man? What's going on with you, big brother?
You already know me. I was outside doing as much as I can until the show started.
Hey, this man right here, when I tell you work, 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 and when he tells you he was probably outside to 3 minutes before it's time for him to get on this show doing some kind of work. He's a man. We'll get into all of that. But Vito, let's start the conversation off like I always start the conversation off. Where are you from, man?
I am from Natchez, Mississippi, Adams County. Um, Graduated Natchez High. Roughly after that, I did junior college Colin. From there, I jumped up to Hattiesburg, USM. Did that 2012 and on, and graduated out that way in Hattiesburg. During that time, it was mostly strictly motorcycles and record music. Then from there, 2016 or 17, I ended up moving out to Pearl, Mississippi, and that will put me in this Pearl, Jackson, Rankin, Hines County area. And I've been here ever since.
Okay, so I know you said you went to Colin. You went down to the University of Southern Mississippi. Was anything that you were studying then, or were you studying for something else? Because we know you from the ATV world. Was it something else that you were studying then, or interested, or thought you were going to be a neurosurgeon, or what was it then?
So I always been drawing. So middle school drawing, Dragon Ball, Gundam, Tenchi, stuff like that. So I liked it, animation, media stuff. So by the time I got to high school, I was still drawing, but I ended up flipping that more towards architect. So I took 2 classes of AutoCAD and I wanted to do architect. Then I was still doing media, music, and drawing. So by the time I got to college, I thought I was going to go for media production, video, graphic design, and audio. And I said, I don't think that's going to really be a real hit. Because I'm like, if you can do audio and music, you can make it. Somebody, you do a song, you blow up, you blow up. You can do videos, content, you blow up, you blow up. So that's why I say I like electronics. I like computers still. So I end up doing IT. So that's how I end up getting into IT, networking, security, all that type of protocol stuff.
So you talked about the growing aspect. Now, another thing that a lot of people know you from, like we see in this picture here, is the Veto tattoo. So,
Yeah.
how did that come about? Because I know you said you grew up drawing, but how did you just dive into the
So
world of tattooing?
I had my daughter around about 18, 19. I got her name. And then I think I got another tattoo in college. And I'm like, I think I could do this. I think I could tattoo. They say, bro, you ain't gonna be tattooing. I said, nah, I think I could do it. So D-Mike, Demetrius Hattiesburg, that's my guy right there. No issues ever. I bought a tattoo machine. And I had two friend girls. I said, look, y'all gonna let me tattoo on you? She said, yes. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how to tattoo, but I could draw. So I did some clovers on one, and I did some stars on the other one on their foot. So the clovers was pretty fine. My stars wasn't all the way fine, and my guy was with me, and he fixed them. So from there, I said, yeah, I could do this. So I started tatting. I did about 10, 12, 5, 15 free. Then after that, I say, I think I'm good enough to start charging. So I took off from there.
So the tattooing came before like the off-road stuff?
Close.
Around the same time?
I say I rode a 4-wheeler when I was younger. Well, 3-wheeler, Big Bear. And it wasn't mine. Wow. It was my uncle. So I drove it. I ain't never really getting to it, but I liked it. So what really got me was 2005 Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina came, and for that whole week, it was wet, sloppy everywhere. Everybody who wanted a 4-wheeler, had a 4-wheeler, was out. I started touching people 4-wheelers, and I started like, man, I really want one of these now. I got to give me one of these. So after that, 2005, I was like graduating and stuff, so I ain't had the funds to get one. I ended up getting a motorcycle. So around 2017, sometime after college and stuff, motorcycle and stuff, I ended up getting my first 4-wheeler from my auntie that was kind of broke down. We redid the carburetor, solenoid, got that sucker firing up, finally driving it, getting in the mud. I said, yeah, this is it right here. And from there, I've been off-road ever since.
And so you got a pretty similar story to mine. And it's crazy that right around, it was a little bit after Katrina hit. Like you say, everybody, because everything was down. It was a big gas situation, big gas shortage, people standing in long lines. And a friend of mine's, we were all in. He said, look, man, I've got 2 bikes over here. We're getting ready to go riding. I had never been 4-wheeling myself, never been off-roading myself, but I was never scared of nothing. I grew up in the country driving tractors and stuff like that. So he was like, look, I got 2 bikes. If you want to ride, come on. And just like you, man, when I got on that bike the first time, and when I tell you, we did a ride, man, we rode from Terry Road. If you all aren't from here, I'm kind of talking over your head, but Veto knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know Terry.
We went from Terry Road, rode the power lines and the Pearl River all the way up to Old Kent in the woods. So I was hooked from then. So I'm like you, I got hooked a little earlier, but I still didn't get a machine.
Yeah.
Till much later. So that's the good thing about this ATV world. So transitioning into that, how did you get you told how it was introduced, but how did you get into the performance side of stuff like you normally are? You look at this picture here, man. I mean, this is a long way from riding on, you know what I'm saying, this 3-wheeler. I mean, you're out, bounty holes, all that stuff. So how did you really get into the competitive side of it and things of that nature?
So around that 2017 era, when I first got my first one, the Warrior, I was still driving motorcycles. So I raced at Hub City in Hattiesburg on the track. I've never been to Fat Tuesday in New Orleans because on Fat Tuesday, I was at the racetrack betting money and seeing the races and stuff. So I had a motorcycle. I raced at a 980 at 156 in the quarter mile. So already competitive. Getting 4-wheelers, the Warriors like a mud sport 4-wheeler. So we was always racing and competing with each other. So after recording, doing the things I've been doing for a while, the people I've been bumping with, you always do friendly little grudge races and stuff. And definitely after 2020, 2021, when everybody started getting a machine after COVID, and they start doing more bounty holes and competition, and you seeing it, maybe within the last 2 years ago, maybe 2022. I finally did my first one, competing in front of people instead of just recording and mixing it down. I got out there and participated. So now if I go to a real small tire, little lower level, not the $20,000 machines, but maybe 12,000, 15,000 and below, I'll get out there and compete and play. And like, I don't really do it to win because I know what them guys put in their machines, and I know what I put in mine. Mine just mostly trail ready, but I'm gonna compete in race. But it's definitely fun. I just want to participate instead of just recording.
And a lot of time people, and I know me, I'm not at that competition stage, you know, and we all own a couple different bikes. I'm not at that competition stage yet. I'll get out. I'm trail ready. I'm mud ready. But when you're talking about hitting them bounding holes and things, you really got to know what you're doing. And I've seen you do it several times, and you really mastered the craft of getting out there. Like I say, within the level that you compete, I've seen you be very successful in it. I've seen you, you know, I always call you whenever we ride, because me and this man ride together all the time. You know, whenever I'm available, whenever he's available, that's the first thing. Where we going this weekend? We've got our own little private chat.
Yeah.
Where we going this week? It don't matter how far, how close. Where we going this weekend? So when we're all available and we can make it, we always ride. And I've always seen him. He's our unofficial official trail boss. He actually leads he leads a lot of the rides. He gets us out in the woods for 2 or 3 hours. He gets people scary. Gas tanks going low.
Yeah,
you know, we're going through some real situations. But that's what we look for in a ride. And for everybody that's out there that really don't live this lifestyle, that's what you want. It's always about the ride. And I tell anybody, you know, yeah, it can be scary out there sometimes. And we're out there 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Most times. But it's such a peace. And do you find that when you ride, especially when we're on those long trail rides, is it peaceful for you? Is that where you find, you know, your space at?
Man, throughout the week, you know, most people work at 8 to 5. Boom. I work at 8 to 5, then I come home and I'm still working. I may do a tattoo, I may do a wheel bearing, do something to the diff. I'm still touching something. So if I can get a good, successful Saturday ride in, I love it. Whatever worries I had or whatever I had going on through the week or somebody got on my nerves at work or anything, I done forgot about it the whole day. I'm at peace right now. So hey, I ain't trying to stop and chat for no 30, 40 minutes, then ride 5 minutes. No, let me get out there and ride.
Yeah. And that's how it is, man. And you brought up a good point. You brought up 2 good points I want to touch base with. When we're out there riding, and with this interview, Veto, I'm really talking to the people that don't do this. We've got thousands and thousands of people. I get a lot of inbox, especially with doing, you know, creating a big ride. I get so many people that finally get a chance to see it. And we'll touch base a little bit on how you play a part in it also. But there's so many people that don't understand this kind of culture. You know, oh, y'all out there in the mud, you're in a ride. But it's such a peaceful situation. It's such a camaraderie. We've met a lot of amazing people from all races, colors, political viewpoints, religious viewpoints. But I always like to coin this phrase: we're all one blood under the mud. It doesn't matter who you are. As long as you talk about this mud stuff, you're going to find people that are going to be out there for you. They're not going to leave you out there in the woods by yourself. They're going to stay with you. They're going to feed you. They're going to drink with you. They're going to do everything they possibly do. I've done a lot of things in my life being in the military. Being in this culture is the only thing that I can compare to my buddies in the military. We went through some things that nobody else in the world went through. And it's kind of like that when it comes to what we do on the trail ride community. You also touch bases about the influx, the blow up of the trail riding, and at least the ownership of ATVs after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you think maybe that happened? That so many people got into it after the pandemic?
Yeah, because they told us we couldn't go to Walmart, we couldn't go to the movies, we couldn't go to the skating rink, we couldn't go to Subway, we couldn't go to nowhere. You couldn't even be close to nobody. So
we go to these woods though.
Yeah, so in the woods, we like, shoot, we out here in the valley. Ain't nobody gonna put no government over us out here. We out here by ourselves. So I think when more people started having to be outside and be separated, we separated, came together outside, away from the public. And man, shoot, you know somebody got a 4-wheel, they ride. And you come, you like, dang, man, I'm out here, but I'm not getting the full experience because I ain't got a 4-wheeler. So those people finding their best way, they getting their credit up to go get a 4-wheeler.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's a real thing, man. And that's what's so crazy. That is an excellent point. A lot of people got themselves together financially, credit-wise, just to be able to participate, because it's no fun standing on the sideline. It's not. It's no fun riding shotgun. It's no fun. Everybody wants theirs. So me and Miranda first got our first one. We got that CF Moto 600 2-seater. Great machine, 2 seats, very comfortable. But that got old real quick. Miranda was like, look, I want my own situation. So, and that's how I knew then, because she started riding before I did. She's always been riding, so I was kind of the newbie. And so it ended up 1 equal 2, and then 2 equal a few, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. That so many people, and it was a good way to socially, but still social distance, because when you're on the bikes, you're at least 6 feet away from anybody anyway. It's just like, any moving vehicle. You're not riding in a clump. So you're social distancing and still participating in a social situation.
Yeah.
So I think that's why so many people really, really got into it. So we've talked about how you kind of got into it. We talked about the competitive side. Let's talk a little bit about how you got in and you became, if not the premier, but at least one of the top videographers that's chronicling the movement that is the outdoor, the ATV movement. How did you start really, the whole YouTube situations and all that? How did you really say, well, man, I'm gonna do this also? I'm gonna let these people know what it looks like, because we talk a lot about it, but you actually provide that movie scape for it. So how did that happen?
That happened naturally, I believe, even since middle school, high school, and college. In high school, I had people come to the house recording music. We used to go do open up shows and stuff at clubs and stuff. Even in college and stuff, we was in college. I used to have my guys from Natchez come to Hattiesburg, and we used to open up in clubs, Memories, the Hunt Club, stuff like that, just doing music at parties and stuff like that. So I always been recording footage, even spring break, recording footage. I'm in Panama. That's when them Four Locos came out. I'm out there. I got everybody drinking Four Loko, but y'all don't care now. So if you cut up, I got you. So I always been, I'm a recapture moments so we can keep these moments alive forever. So I always been that type of person. So when I came to off-road, and I'm like, hey, I'm capturing this with a phone and stuff. Then I realized they make action cameras and GoPros. So now I'm catching this with action cameras and GoPros, putting on my head, giving people a point of view. I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm gonna let y'all see this good time. And so maybe y'all will come out here and participate too. So then from there, I say, man, you can capitalize on this on YouTube. So I started trying to push it more on YouTube, Facebook, and all social media platforms. And then I found out you can get paid for it. So now I'm like, I used to do this for free, just letting people know and to get out here and come meet me. Now I'm like, I'm on it every other day now. So between here to Natchez, Hattiesburg, Wyoming, Philadelphia, and the community people I ride with, I am one of the most people I know that push out the most content. The only person I know that probably push out close to more is Jake Smooth. And shoot, that's about it. I mean, I see a lot of people. A lot of people at these events. I met Big Life Media. He pushed out a lot of stuff, but he's been doing it for a while. He's in Alabama, and he be going to Texas, so he's getting around more. But for down here, I'm doing a lot of pushing, and I'm definitely letting people know the trail ride community, off-road community, mud community, and it is a difference too between those groups.
It's definitely different. And since you picked that, just want to send a shout out to our buddy Jeffrey's on here. Jeffrey Willis,
Yeah.
901 Moto.
Moto
He's on
Gang.
here. Moto Gang is on here. Cadillac is on here, man. Cadillac Lindsay. These are
Yeah.
some of our big mud ride community people. It has grown, and these people are from different places. Moto Gang 901, that's the Memphis area.
Yep.
You're talking about Cadillac, that's over in the
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia area, going toward the Golden Triangle. So it's people that come from all over. And you mentioned the difference in the different cultures. They're all considered, I guess, under the ATV and off-road community.
Yeah.
But talk a little bit on how they are separated from the mud and everything else.
All right. So I dip and dabble with the different groups of communities in the off-road environment. So when I dip and dabble with your trail ride events, they're more areas, trails, built holes, maybe some land. We do concerts, we have vendors, we eat, have a good time, party, meet people. When I go to a off-road mud event, it's specifically for vendors of marketing, off-road equipment, gear, brands, teams of people, sponsors, and it's racing. And it's a lot different from trail ride. And then you got me, you, Angel, Sam, the people who's going out to really hit mud and hit a park. So that's different. Like we going out to ride, get a good time in. And if it's a show, we might glance at it, but we're not there for the show, the event, the big bikes and stuff. And if it's a concert at the end of the night, if we get tired enough, we may watch it, but really we came to ride. So that's
We
why I
came
feel
to
like
ride.
it's like three different types of people, and I kind of dab in all of it.
And that's one of the reasons that we became so close. Because, like you said, it is different. The big ride is about a subset of it all. It's not an expansive. We're in parks that may be anywhere from 200 to 400 acres compared to the 700 to 5,000 acre big parks that we
Yeah.
ride at. Things like Mud National and things like that.
Yeah.
And even with the friends of the program, Main Street Cycle, you'll see them a lot into those spaces where there are a lot of parts sold, a lot of merchandise
Yeah.
sold. They're gonna bring out the big the big trucks, the big trailers, because they are one of the premier companies that provide parts for everybody. So when you see that Team MSC and all that, they're at a lot of these major events,
Yeah.
where it's going to be 20, 30,000 people at any given time. So there is a difference. It's just an amazing culture. I've run in, me personally, my testimony, I've run into a lot of great people. Veto is one of the examples of a lot of the great people. He's taught me a lot. He doesn't mind. He's quiet till he has something to say, I would say. Is that about right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah. I
quiet
don't
till he
talk.
gets.
I don't talk much until it's something I'm interested in. I know something on, or I'm just comfortable.
Yeah. So you've been a chatty patty tonight. So clearly you've been comfortable tonight. I love it,
Hey,
man.
I've been
Uh,
comfortable. I think the podcast thing. I started doing my interviews with people
right,
in
right.
person when I was at the events. And I've been to some events, but I've been so tied up and so busy, and everybody been going. I haven't had a chance to pull nobody to the side. And then Kiki was beside me. She said, "You were talking good on the podcast. You probably could do that and just pick up on your interviews." I said I could, but I don't really want to run it like that. I like really just meeting people in person and being out there and setting up. So I've been comfortable. Like on the last podcast I did, I like mentioning people names I fool with. We talked about the big ride on there. We talked about everybody I chopped it up with. So, I think this is a good way to either bring up names of people that's actually doing things in the community. It's a way to bring people on and let people know who these people are, where to meet them at, what's going on at the events they going on. So, yeah, I feel like it's a comfortable space.
Yeah, it's super comfortable. I enjoy it. And that was one of the main reasons I wanted to start doing the podcast, was not only from the entertainment perspective, but having people in from the trail riding world because this is a growing phenomenon. I mean, the riding culture, the ATV, the outside culture is one of the biggest rising things economically that is happening. You look at what we did 2 Saturdays ago with the big ride, that's 5,000 people in one place.
Yeah.
These are real numbers, these are real people. And I would say at least half of that was bikes. So you're talking about thousands of bikes. This is not, for lack of better words, not a poor man's sport. Because these bikes will show
I
you
hate
real
that
quick.
too. I hate that too because I meet a lot of people and a lot of people inbox me and write me and say, "Man, I want to ride with y'all," or "I'm gonna get one soon," or "When I get one, I'm gonna hit you up." And I'd be like, "Man, I know I'm showing everybody the coach out here, and I wish it was a little bit cheaper, but." Man, to honestly get a working good used 4-wheeler these days, you might spend 45 and up. If you
But I'll
spend
say this. I'll say this to your point, Vito. One of the best things that I could have done was team up with a company like Main Street Cycle. Because for the money, and I'll tell anybody, if you're interested in getting into this sport and you really don't know a lot, because there are some bikes out there. We have across the board different bikes. But the best thing that happened to me is when I went and bought my CF Moto 600, because for the money, it gave me everything that I needed as a starter bike. So if you're interested again, I mean, from winches to lights to two seaters, it was a great bike. I still have it. Actually, Dave actually upgraded that bike for me. But for the money and for what that bike can do and for the endurance, because like I know, ain't many holes that you and I have gone in, and we got big bikes. I'm talking Outlander 1000 that Miranda didn't run that 600 clean through there.
Yeah, blue ball's coming behind.
Blue ball's coming behind, buddy.
Yeah.
So for anybody that's out there and they're interested in getting into it and you're looking for a good starter bike, make sure you look at the people at Main Street Cycle. For one, I talk about them because I deal with them. I've had good business with them. They've always given me a fair price. They have the biggest accessories. They have the best parts. They have the best turnaround time. So if you're out there and you want something that is going to be dependable, look at CF Moto first. Then you can graduate. If you decide you just want to, but they've got some grown man bikes too. They got the grown man bikes too.
Hey, I actually want me to see if Moto on the slick.
Right, and you're a Can-Am man now.
Yeah, I want one to run some holes in, build it up like my Can-Am, and just show people, hey, it don't really matter what brand you got. Honda, CF Moto, Kawasaki, Suzuki, whatever. If it's built right, you can come right. If you got the right mud tires, you got the right clutching, you got your fuel right, you got a little bit of lift kit, you can follow somebody on 1,000.
And that's the thing. I've got a 2-inch lift kit that Miranda got on Blue Ball. She's got more aggressive tires. She's got a stage 2 clutch. And everywhere we go, when we look back there, guess who it is?
Yeah.
Blue Balls.
Yeah, so you don't have to go buy a big, expensive quad to do this, but you can make it with a smaller budget. You just won't make it as hard. Like when I'm coming out on 2 wheels or in the air.
Yeah. So we're not Superman. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So we're going to leave that to you. We always got to have somebody that's going to do it. But Vito, before we get out of here, man, let the people know where to contact you. And I want to say this. This man does all of the footage that you've been seeing from the big ride, all the YouTube stuff that's out. He's done it. He does a great job. If you're looking for somebody to do and capture your event in a grand scale, because that's when I came to Vito, I said, Vito, I want you to capture the essence of it and with everything we've seen. So Vito, let them know how they can get in contact with you, especially to get work done, filming it, and you do drones and all that stuff. So let them know, man.
Okay, to contact me, you can find me on Facebook at Veto Jackson. Space the word out. You can find my content on YouTube. Who doing what? One word spelled correctly. You can find me on TikTok at Veto Who One. One word spelled the same. You can find me on Instagram at Veto Who, one word, same. And if you want to contact me for any events, shows, booking, anything, definitely contact me as in advance as possible. I'm riding almost every 2 weeks. I just did 5 weekends in a row by accident because stuff kept popping up. But I'm out here. I come record your content. If you want the raw content, I can give you the raw content. If you don't want the raw content, I am mixing the video down for my own YouTube. So you will have something coming out. But if you want something specifically made for you, I can do that also. I'm doing photography while I'm out there. I got drone images. So definitely you'll get your money worth. You'll have enough content to last you for one event for the whole year that you can chop up, mix up, DJ it in, mix it in, flyer it in, whatever you want to do with it. So it's definitely worth the time if you fool with me. Also, I dropped 3 videos from the last event we came from the big ride. Nobody asked for 3 videos, but I did 3 videos. I got one of the concert. I got one of the vendors, the dancers out there, and I did a third one of the mud trails out there. So honestly, between those 3 videos, even one video on TikTok, that's easily gonna do over 5,000 views on just the content I'm pushing out. On Facebook, between all the shorts and people looking at it, that's still 5,000. Between YouTube, all the shorts that I push out from that one video, that's 5,000. Instagram, I mean, you can get up to 20,000 views off one video in the shorts I make from it for that week or 2 weeks. And I may push it out for 3 weeks. So that's more views, advertising for your park, your event, your thing. Seems like a no-brainer to me.
It's a no-brainer to me. And ladies and gentlemen, this ain't just what I'm talking. This is what I'm doing. This is where I spend my money, even though we're close friends. But this is who I spend my money with when it comes to capturing my situations. This is who I trust. So this is the man. He's the legend. He's the mud rider. He's the bounty hole assassin. He's the producer. He's a videographer. And he's also a country king of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, Veto, I appreciate you so much for coming on to the program. You know what it is, baby. One blood under the mud,
yes,
baby.
Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Veto.
Who?
Yeah.
Who? Got you. Thank you.
Thank you, big brother.
No problem.
Y'all, that's Veto, man. And when I tell you this is a great guy, he does a lot of stuff in that community. Just thankful that he's a friend of mine. And we're gonna keep it moving because I want to get to another friend of mine because well, first before I go, shout out to my guy Hollywood Look, Trap Trophies. You know, he got me in there. Most time y'all gonna see me in big ride gear, but Trap Trophies just so dope. So if you haven't gotten it, make sure you holler at Hollywood Luck, you know, Mr. Pole in my pants, Mr. Dance and that. Trap Trophies, yeah. And if you got something that you want to spotlight or focus, y'all get at me because we really want to help all independent brands. So tonight we rocking Trap Trophies. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood Luck. All right. Took care of a little business. Now I got to talk to my partner. This young man, he exploded on the scene a couple years ago, and he has been dominating. His sound is so unique. It's just it's heart touching. That's one thing about this young man that's coming up next. The songs that he makes, they will touch your heart. He's a hell of a performer. He's an awesome writer, producer. Uh, he's just an all around good guy, kind spirit. And, you know, I don't fool with no mess. So if he on here, you know he 10-10. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to introduce y'all to the man, my good friend, Adrian Bagher. My big brother, what's happening?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Man, everything's lovely, man. How you doing, man? What's going on with
Oh man, doing my daddy time. I'm on some daddy time right now, helping with homework and getting them grades right.
you? Hey, you know what it is, and you better do. I didn't even mention that. And he's a great father. There you go. So I think I said everything. Did I capture everything?
I think you got everything that time.
Man, hey, I'm not fooling with you today, man. I'm trying to be professional, but me and this man go back, man. We see each other all the time. We do so much. Uh, Aiden, I'm start where I always start. Let the people know where are you from.
Man, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the home of them LSU Tigers and them Southern Jaguars. Oh, I'm a
The
down home boy. I was raised by my mama the right way, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
the
That's why everything that I speak out of my mouth gotta be the truth. And if it ain't the truth, I don't like to hear myself talking.
Now the BR that I hear people say at first I didn't even know what that was. People like, man, what's the BR? We do it in the BR. We did the BR. I'm like, okay. And really, when I started getting to the Southern Soul, I started dealing with you know cats like yourself, there's other people from Baton Rouge, because of course in the hip hop world, Boots is really known. But for pound, for people that come out of Louisiana, you're one of the premier cats, man. How does that feel? What's that feel like being from an area that as well known as Baton Rouge, but you are one of the premier people from Baton Rouge.
Oh man, it's a blessing, man, to come from where I came from and to be where I'm at today. It was only the grace of God that got me, man, because I could have took the wrong turn any day, but Southern Soul was the savior for me, man. That's why I take Southern Soul to heart. I take blues music to heart. I protect it with the heart also. So, man, just coming from where I came from, bro, is just a purity blessing, bro. And I'm standing on faith, and I'm thanking God every day for it.
Man, my first introduction to you, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this. A good friend of mine, he used to be the manager for an R&B group named Recognition. His name is Otis, and Otis came to me because he knew I was in the radio at the time. He knew I was doing I owned bunch of clubs and things. Man, he came to me. He said, "Man, it's this guy from Louisiana. I didn't know what part." He said, "He is about to blow all the way up." Um, he had a bunch of records because he knew I was in the radio marketing and record promotion and everything. And it was your record around the corner. And that was the first record I heard from you. I'm sure there was other records, but that was the first record I heard, and I'm like, man, this guy is painting a hell of a picture. Is that normally your writing style to paint that picture like in that record?
Yeah, I've always been a person that was able to articulate stuff in a great way. So I write to paint the pictures of stuff that I've been through or I done saw, and if I get it just right, everybody that listens to it visions it exactly like I write it. So I've been a master at that craft. So I guess that's my style, you know. Or but everything that I write, man, it comes from the heart, man. And if I feel like I take too long on it to think about it, it ain't true. So I give it what I got.
I'm gonna ask you this question because I've heard it asked, and I think it was genius move. Uh, when you every time I think about it, I laugh because it's a super serious record, but how you approached it, you won people over like from the very beginning of the record. With the record, if you want to leave, what made you put that conversation in the front of that record like that, man?
Man, that was just some true stuff. It actually happened to me, yeah, yo, bro. Like I actually was a victim of a woman that used me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm man enough to let everybody know that I was used. You know what I'm saying? It happened to me exactly like that. To where the kid came and told me, man, look, I don't like the way mama treating you, bro. She ain't treating you right. While you at work, she doing this and doing that. And that was actually a story, a true story.
So that's a true story.
Yeah, that's a true story. Not not
Now,
in not in verbatim words, but it happened
right.
just like that.
Now, being an artist, that to me, that's a different kind of artist. That somebody that's willing to share that much of their, because we write records, everything is, but to be that in a song, to share that much, because nobody, whether you're a man nor a woman, you don't want people to find out stuff of that nature. Somebody did me wrong, somebody made a fool of me. And for you to do that, you know, was any therapy attached to that? Did that help through that situation? I don't know if I did a record that was based on something that really, really hit as hard as that. I don't know if I could listen to it again. But I've seen you perform that record, and I knew it was something. I didn't know what it was, but when you perform that record, bro, they feel you on that record. So is
Man,
that
because it happens. It happens to the best of us, bro. Like everybody on the moon ain't from the moon. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, we breathe the same air, and I'm quite sure that it happens to a million more people. You know what I'm saying? And I was just the first person to come out and say it. You
And,
know,
and, and you said
I'm
it.
quite sure you know some other people that probably happened to. Like you say, they probably wouldn't put it on Front Street like I did, but I had to, man. Like I felt like that was therapy for me. Like you say, yeah, yo, that was some therapy. I released a whole lot. Or I was able to forgive that person. Or we became great friends afterward, but not as a, you know what I'm saying? Or and I let her know all the time when I did say, I was like, you started my career by making me your footstool.
And it's happened.
And
I
it
mean,
is what it is.
and we've all had it. It's happened to me. I mean, I'm there. I'm almost certain there's not a living, breathing person or not breathing person that hadn't gone through it. But like I say, to be able to channel that, sit there and write that, because it's a process. People don't realize it's a process to these songs. It don't just up and out. So I mean, you have to really concentrate, think about it, put it together. So I know that played a lot on the psyche, man. But I would say this from what I know from you personally and what I know professionally, that's what people expect from you. An honest conversation in music form. Has that been the situation that you've been in?
Oh yeah, man. Like that's why when you get when you see me in concert many times, we've been together on the same stage, shared the same crowd, and every time I get on stage, man, it's just emotions take on. Sometimes you might see me smiling. Sometimes if you look at me close, I got a tear coming down my eye because I'm serious about what's going on. I'm reliving it every time I sing. If you won't leave me, but I'm thankful that I was able to get through it and not become a victim of circumstance and be somebody that's bitter all the time towards everybody. You know what I'm saying? And with my records, man, I just hope that they touch the heart and touch the parts of people that need to be touched and bring them through situations that they go through. So that's why I'm so serious when I say, let me take care of you, or if you won't leave me, or don't blame it on Jody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so serious when I say that.
And the thing about it, I'm laughing because I know that's the situation. And transitioning into that, since you brought it up, man, let me tell you something. You made it hard on some slackers. When you drop that, let me take care of you, you really just wrote out the outline of what a real man should be. And to be for that person that they're involved in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and you talk, and that's what I like about you, Bag, because it ain't about the gloss and all that stuff. You talk everyday man conversation. You talk from a working man perspective. Hey, yeah, I can get you a Dune and Bert, but I also gonna pay this light bill. That's real everyday
Right.
conversation. And in this society where everybody's social media crazy and ooh, chasing the bag and all of that, what you do cuts through the airways like a hot knife through butter. It's refreshing. I know as a man, I'm like, yep, that's what we do. That's how we handle our business. So how did that record, let me take care of you, really, how do people receive that from your perspective?
Um, I have a lot of people, man, that inbox me and talk to me daily, come up to me and tell me, man, thank you for being who you are, or thank you for expressing yourself the way you do and articulating yourself the way you do. Man, before Let Me Take Care of You came out, I think everybody was thinking it was a simp thing to take care of their woman or say they're gonna take care of their woman. But shouts out to Highway Heavy, man. Highway Heavy, I give respect where respect is due, man. Highway Heavy came up with that idea for that song and said, man, if you say this, being the person that you are and the way you articulate yourself, if you say this, I guarantee you'll change the lives of a lot of people. It changed my life because my wallet started doing this. I had to bag it up. But but it set me in a better place in life. You know what I'm saying? And if you got somebody that you love, man, there's no monetary value you can put on that. And You just want to see the person that you love taken care of, man. Like, I can't see my woman running around saying that she got a light bill and I'm standing right there with a pocket full of money. No, baby, I'm gonna take care of that.
I
You
got
know what I'm
that.
saying?
We
If you
arguing
need your
about.
insurance paid, ain't no need
I
for you.
got that.
The only thing you supposed to worry about is me. You hear me?
What you
I got the
said.
rest of it.
What you said.
A
I
lot of
mean,
people, a lot of people took to it like fish and water. A lot of people still saying, God dang on Adrian, you made it hard on me, player. I'm working 80 extra hours a week.
hey, but you know what? When your house is good, you are good. And like you say,
Oh,
I love
yes.
I love the arguments that I have because you're always gonna have money arguments. But it's a difference in lack of money arguments than give me that check. Give me that. I got that. Because everybody always, no, I got it. No, you ain't got nothing. I got it. And like I say, in today's social media climate, it is refreshing to hear of people taking care of each other. Because, like you say, by default, you're not doing this stuff for somebody that's not appreciative. You're not doing this stuff for somebody that doesn't reciprocate. It's just one thing as a man, we should know. And all these young brothers out here, I want y'all to listen to this. We are the hunter gatherers. You should be giving more than you're taking when it comes to things of that nature. Because that to me, that's just the essence of a man.
Yes, man. You know, I tell everybody, man, the biggest speed bump on your way to love is finances. You hear me?
What you
And it ain't.
said.
It's never the cost of things. It's always the thought. So I know they got a lot of brothers out there saying, man, well, I can't do this, so I can't be with this woman, but I love her though. But it's never the cost, man. It's the thought. If you
Wow.
if you if you put in all the work that you put in to get that woman, to keep that woman, you will be happy as I don't know what.
You that's bro, you preaching now. It's never the cause, it's the thought. Boy, you somebody better
Right.
hit me now.
And look, man, shout out to him. Look, let me shout my boy out, DJ Black at 90.1. That's my
What you
boy, man.
said? What you said? That's my
Him and
bro.
DJ and Big O.
Hey, them my guys, man. I mean, and these are guys that I know that hold down their situations. And it's good, Adrian. Like you said, you made a very valid point. Prior to some of the stuff that you were doing, people thought you was a simp to say some of this stuff. I love a person, or let me take care of you. And no, your money don't spend here. That type of stuff. But nowadays, people got beaten up so bad, man. I don't see why you're not getting a million spins a day with that message that you leaving
Right.
now.
I had an old player, man. I had an old player. I went up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, doing a show. Had an old player walk up on me, old guy. You could tell that he was into pimping back in the days or whatever. He walk up on me, say, "Young brother, let me talk to you." He got close to me and say, "Boy, you making it hard on a player." Boy, that was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. He say, "But you make it sound good though." And at that moment, I knew I had did my job.
Let me tell you something, man. That is true to form. And let's step a little further down this rabbit hole. This, you came to me and said, "Hey, bro, I got one." I'm and you and as an artist, and I'm saying this not for me and you, but for people out there that are just family, fans, people that don't know the inner workings or something. When somebody comes to you and they standing on, I really got something that I firmly believe in. You stop. As an artist, you stop. It's one thing to do the Hollywood talk. Hey man, we got to work together. We got to do this. But when you came to me and said, "Bro, I got something, man. I think you would be a good fit." What What was that like? I'm gonna let you tell the story because it's not my story to tell, even though I'm involved. But how did this come about? And what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is this crazy new record this guy has, man. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. But true to form, here he goes again, speaking that making it hard on a player type talk, really touching me. How did this come about, man? What did this start?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what happened, yeah, yo. I had always had you in mind to put you on the record, but I was like, man, I gotta have the right record for Yayo. I want to make Yayo step outside his element because I know he has. There's no element for you because you can go any way there is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put you in the box saying that you can't go but one way. But when I sung that record, I said, I want to mess with their head so bad. I want to put somebody on here.
Adrian, I think you might have hit the mute on yours. Check and see the mute. Did you? We lost the audio. I can't hear you. Yeah, I think we're down, Adrian. Hold on a second. Let's make sure everything on this. I tell you what, because this is so important, do me a favor. Come out and then click back on the link and come back in, Adrian, just to see can we get a better connection. I'm gonna hold this and play right here, and we'll do that. Y'all know this is live, so we ain't doing no Memorex over here. But I really wanted him to talk about this particular record because it's a major record, and I really, because I don't know the origin story. A lot of these questions that I talk to a lot of these artists about, I don't know the origin story. We don't go through a lot of stuff. We just let me see. Can I bring it back?
Oh, we back now.
Oh, we back now, baby. All
Hey
right.
man, let me tell you something. That old devil, bro. That old devil always busy. We was at the thick of it too.
We
God
let,
was using us just now.
hey, so let's go back. So the question being is, what was on your mind? How did this record start with you? And give me that process because the people
Okay.
really want to know that.
Okay. Like I said, I was aiming at you from the start, Yayo. I was aiming at you. I was like, man, me and Yayo gonna do this record. So when Lamb the Lamb, shouts out to my DJ and my producer Lamb. Lamb came with the track. I was like, man, I want to put Yayo on this song, and we're gonna step out of the box. We're gonna say some things that need to be said. And of course, don't forget about me. When I came up with it and I laid it down, I say, man, I can't wait to get this to Yayo. I need Yayo to hit us tonight. I sent it to you at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
was still messing with it. I say, I need Yayo to get on this record. And when you heard it, it is what it is. It's not just a record, it's a ballad. It's a ballad for every hurt heart in the world.
For every
Don't
hurt
forget
heart.
about me.
Yeah, and even though it's two guys singing this song, this record is for everybody. Anytime that you ever had or you thought you were sideswiped or downtrodden about anything, because when I heard it, when you first said it to me,
Right.
it's really a record that wrote itself. I'll be honest. On the way to the studio is where that record got wrote. I didn't write it down. It's just the minute I heard what you were doing, I just started just what was in came up because, like you say, we've all gone through some stuff, and we this was just an honest record, and that's why the people that we've kind of let heard it, they're really up in the air about it because it's touching. We played it the other night with Big O, and the first thing they were saying in the studio, look, don't y'all be up here crying in this studio on this
Right,
record.
right. Right. I tuned into that live. I laughed like a little baby, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, man, don't y'all be crying on this record. I mean, in this studio because this record is touching so many people. Now, let me see. Now, with your blessing, I want to play a little bit of it. I know it's not out.
Man, yeah,
I
yo.
I, I know it's not out
It comes out in 3 days.
in 3 days. So we won't be doing too much if we play just a little bit of it.
No, do your thing.
Let me see. Can I get this up? Let me. I got to get it back because I've been playing.
Please do bless the people.
Huh? I'm going to bless the people, Mr. Bagher. We're going to
Yes,
do
sir.
that this season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a preview of the new record, Adrian Bagher, featuring his country king, Big Yayo. The name of the song is Don't Forget About Me. If you don't do nothing else, just listen to the words.
They think men are very complicated, but all we ever want to be is love. And to know that we are loved sets our mind at ease. To know that the love we give is not given in vain. It's next to heaven felt. Oh yeah. Baby, I'm asking, please don't forget about me. Fellas, I'm gonna need you to help me to sing this song. Oh yeah. Remember me. Please don't forget about me. If you done been in love, I got feelings too. Help me sing this song. See, I'm not ashamed to say, I'm addicted to the power of love. Yes, I am. And I give everything I have inside of me. Oh yeah. For the one that I love. Every bit of me. And all I ask in return, all I want from you, girl, is you to love me back. Just love and me I'll be back. Good with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Baby, I'm asking, please don't forget about me. Fellas, I'm gonna need you to help me to sing this song. Oh, yeah. Remember me. Please don't forget about me. If you done been in love, I got feelings too. Help me sing this song.
Girl, I know that you love me, but do you ever think of me the way you used to do? When we were out here falling in love. Now I know you got to feel me, cause being this man ain't easy, because of how I'm judged. I'm judged on what I spend and not what I do. I wanna keep it real with you. I've been in my feelings too. Something just ain't right. You've been creeping out all times of night, but don't forget about me.
Baby, I'm asking, please don't forget about me.
I ain't gonna give it all to him, man. I ain't gonna give
Man,
it
I tell
all
you
to
what.
him, but
I tell you what, you made my brother. My brother heard that part when you say, I'm judged off what I spend and not what I do. He relapsed on Hennessy. That son was gonna damn near swallow the whole bottle.
hey, that's sometimes that's how we treat it out here, man.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I pray for better days. I got my blessing, but brother, it was rough them early years, man. It was rough, man. Especially when you're a guy that wants to do better and wants to
Right.
have that kind of person. It's rough. People always assume that, oh man, all guys are dogs. That's not the case. And
No, man.
this is one of those songs that say, hey, look, I got feelings too. That's the first thing you say on here,
Man, the
man.
worst misconception of life is that men don't cry.
But
And you know what? I'm gonna give you an illustration that changed my mind about that forever. When I was a little boy, I was watching Superman. I was a fan of Superman. And when Lois Lane died in the car crash, Superman cried. So I knew we all got feelings too.
So don't forget about me.
Don't forget about me. I got all these muscles. I got this hair on my face, but I got tears that fall out my eyes too.
It happens.
Don't forget
And
about
that's
me.
the thing I love about you, your music, your approach to the music, because and I'm talking to the people out here that's viewing this. This man is just as passionate about the making of this music. Every day come and say, hey, look, this, that, it's just nothing he throws up against the wall, because I think this is a labor of love for you. This
Right.
ain't just something that you're doing. This is an extension of you, who you are as a person, as an entertainer, as a man. So this wasn't no easy record. There was a lot of recuts and remakes and retakes and
right.
you know what I'm saying, to get it right, because he wanted it right, and that's what I respect about him so much. That's why I had to have this sit down, because I want the people to know you as an artist, not just as, they see the photos, they see all that, but a lot of times they don't know what goes into making these. It just sounds good to them. I just like to get to
Right.
the front of the stage and wave my hand, but a lot goes into the art. I know him as an artist. I know him as a person, and with all these records, y'all should know him as a man. So
Right.
going from that, Adrian, tell the people how they can contact you. Anything, if this is your time here, anything you need them to know, anything, just speak to your people, man.
Oh man, first and foremost, yeah, yo, man, I want to thank you for the platform, for giving me this platform, for putting me in the ear of the people that might have never heard of me before, might have never saw me before. I just want to thank everybody that has supported me through the years that's on this podcast. If you spent $1 on one of my albums, you spent a nickel on one of my albums, I appreciate your proceeds. But if you want to get in contact with me, man, if you want to conversate with me, you can hit me on Instagram at the real Adrian Bagher with the blue check. Don't fall for them other people that's on
Please.
there trying to get the money out of your pocket, because it ain't me. If they ever ask you for anything, just know that it won't be me, because God has truly been blessing me. So I won't, if I ain't trying to give you something, if they ain't on there trying to give you something, and it ain't me. And on Facebook, it's Adrian Bagher, man. And you can reach me. You can book me at my booking number 225-425-6313. Or you can hit me in, at my booking email address, riptony28@gmail.com. Or if you see me in the streets and you want a picture, you want a hug, you want a word, you want to be patted on the back, you want to be lifted up spiritually, you talk to me. I got you. I promise you I do. Because not only do I sing these good blues, I know the word, because I was raised in it. You know what I'm saying? So if you
And
need a word, if you need me to say what you need to hear, or you want me to whisper something in your ear that'll make your shoes shake off your feet, come on with the come on. Come on with the come on.
man, man, I got so many people that's coming in, and some of the comments are up. People are really feeling, what you're doing. And the thing about it's not just it's not just women, because a lot of times we assume that women are gonna like what a man is doing. I know you get it. These guys are really like
Oh yeah.
thumbing up, saying what sometimes they don't feel like they can
Man,
say.
I'm gonna tell you, man, the biggest misconception in the Southern Soul thing is that men don't support each other. We do, man. Like, man, I have so many guys saying, man, I'm so thankful for you speaking for us. So many times that a lot of women get the good songs, and they have the songs that make everybody say, oh yeah, yeah. But when I drop If You Won't Leave Me, the fellas had something to say, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you hear that, huh? I had a couple guys. I used to work in a refinery down here in Louisiana. I used to drive trucks in the refinery, and I met a whole lot of people through that. And when I dropped If You Won't Leave Me, I was still driving trucks in the refinery, and I had a lot of them guys coming to me, calling their wife on the phone for me. Tell her what you say on that song. I'm like, man, you're gonna get yourself cut up, man. You better stop it. But that song is gonna be around forever, and I pray that it touches the heart of everybody that hear, man. Because not only do we have some good men out here, we got some good women too. That'll
See,
tell you, if you won't leave me, you can go ahead and go on.
that's right. And that's the thing. So these records, like I say, even though the delivery system may be from a man, but these records are universal. They can be used with anybody, and that's how you know you got a hit. That's how you know you got a hit. I got a lot of comments that came up on the stage, but I do want to send out some recognition to some of the people that's out here listening. So bear with me just a little bit while we say hey to the people that's saying hey to us. How about that?
Right, right,
That'll
right.
work.
That's it.
Isaac Lins, big shout out to my man Isaac Lins, Finesse for Show, Stephanie Rose, Stanley Cook, DJ Fuji, OG, Calais Lindsay, John Stevens, Kenitra Jones, Jeffrey Willis, James Brown, Trey, what's up? Tavares Leaving, Home County Heavy Hitter, Jarvis Thompson, old boys on here, Chantel Taylor, Monica Todd, Carlos Wells, Ella Evans, Walter Jones, and just a little housekeeping. Don't y'all forget the big ride in Newville, Alabama, March 30th, and I'm taking it to Holmes County, April 27th, on Newport Road, baby. But Adrian, brother, every time is always a time. every time we touch bases. I appreciate
Right.
you allowing me to share the space, to share this record. This record is out Friday, right?
Right. March 15th, man, you can get Don't Forget About Me, man, everywhere, on every streaming site, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Tidal, wherever you get your music from. Y'all support it, and we'll support you. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to throw this out there for my dog, Yayo. If you don't have me on one of these big rides, no problem, Mr. Yayo.
We're going to have a problem, sir.
So y'all be looking forward to Adrian Bagher coming to a big ride real soon.
Hey, he
I like
said it.
four-wheelers. I like horses.
You
I
know,
like dirt bikes.
Hey, let me tell you now. I'm
I'm
gonna
a
put this
country
picture up.
boy.
Hey, he's a country boy to restore these toys. He gets down with these toys. So don't get it twisted now. He got plenty of toys.
I love me some antique and classic cars.
Man, you the goat at that stuff too, bro.
Oh yeah,
I've been seeing you since the career, and you've always interjected that part. So not only are you this artist, writer, producer, you are a true car classic restorer. So I appreciate that, because
yes,
same
sir.
effort I put into these bikes, you put into these cars. Brother, I appreciate you so much coming on this platform, man. It ain't nothing but love. And I guarantee you're gonna be at one of the big rides.
You
Matter of fact,
better know it. Y'all hear him, huh?
you
hear him?
hey, you gotta hold me to it. And he gonna headline. He ain't just coming. He gonna shut it down, because ain't nobody trying to go after you, boy. Get on off my line, man. What?
I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Take care. Be blessed. Pray for me, and I'm gonna pray for you. And with that, we can get through anything. I love y'all.
Hey, Adrian, thank you, big brother. Much love. That's Adrian Bagher, y'all. Great spirit, great writer, great artist, great producer, and a great country king to me. That looks like the end of the show. So shout out to everybody that came in on the show. We had a couple of little difficulties tonight, so we went a little bit long tonight, but that's all right. Going long ain't always wrong. Woo, I said what I said. All right, y'all. Little piece of hair grease. I'm out of here.